listening to 8-Bit Chaney, and it's time for episode 1 of his podcast. Hey everybody, how's it going? It's amazing having this mic on a boom pole. I can just move it away and bring it back. I feel like a talk show, radio show host. Whatever. So, hello everyone, welcome. It is 12:46 a.m. on the 22nd of March 2016. This is a very spontaneous thing that I thought I'd just start doing. Just a random, unedited, random ranting podcast. I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to grab that new microphone of mine, I'm going to shove it in my fat, stupid face, and I'm just going to talk shit for however long I feel like doing so. Until I sort of run out of shit to say. But, because I'm an idiot, I can talk for fucking hours. I can talk for Ingloid, mate. So, yeah, it's a pretty random thing. Again, it's going to be unedited. And I would like to point out right now there's going to be some expletives. There's going to be some things that might upset some people. So I just calm down, okay? Just calm down, okay? Some things could upset you. They could offend. But fuck it, who gives a shit? There's no YouTube persona with this. This is just reality. It's just me talking shit. Because, you're like a lot of YouTubers these days. Okay. Like YouTube, all like the kind of YouTube personalities that you see, on the interslice, on the interwebs, they all have to keep up a certain level of, enthusiasm. They have to keep up this certain persona if they're going to attract, the audience. Of which most days is like kids between the ages of 7 and 14. If you know the Sidemen, right? This is a story for you, straight from the off. This is a story. So, the Sidemen, people like KSI, Mini Minter, Rotashaw, fucking Bazinga, I think his name is, whatever the fuck. Those guys, they're almost kids, to be fair, if I'm going to be honest. They're like, they're such young lads. They're like 22, 21, I think, whatever. And they are making shit tons of money, son. Fair play to them. I'm not going to begrudge them for that. They're making their they're making their paper, they're paying their bills. That's fair play. But, I remember my mate Jen, a very good friend of mine, she took me to Insomnia 54, I believe it was, in Coventry, at the Coventry football club. And it was a gaming convention. We were both under the assumption that it was a gaming convention. And so we go down there, and there's probably 4 games there. 4 games that I had no idea what the fuck they were. Who even gave a fuck about them? The Insomnia 54 was basically the Sideman show. They had this, so you go in the entrance, and it is just filled with kids. Filled. There are thousands of these little fuckers everywhere. And nearly, I'm not even shitting you, about 2/3 of them are wearing Sideman clothing. It is fucking ridiculous. And it made me, it really opened my eyes as to the audience, as to what these guys are appealing to. And I don't think they quite realised that at first. I thought that I reckon they might have been thinking, oh, do you know what, I'm probably, going for guys that are my age. Nah, your audience is 7 to 14. And it really opened my eyes, because I was like, fuck, these guys are basically kids presenters that say cunt and shit every now and again. It's fucking ridiculous. So you go in the entrance and there's fuckloads of kids everywhere, and these kids are accompanied by their parents, of course, of which they could not give a fuck about what's going on. There's a bar there, and they're all there. They're drinking beers and shit. They just want to fucking kick back and just try and numb the pain of this awful fucking show. And it's true, man. You see these aging middle-aged dads who are 35 to 60, and they don't give a fuck about being there. If anything, they want Coventry City to play a fucking football game. That's what I wanted. The best part of that fucking show for me was being able to look out the little box window at the fucking ground. Like the pitch and stuff, that was the best part for me. I was like, oh man, it's such a shame that they're not playing. That'd be amazing. So yeah, they got the bar. You got upstairs and like there's this big LAN party going on. I don't fucking know what the fucking game they were playing. The whole place just smelt like eczema. It was just fucking, it was nerdvana in that place. It was fucking ridiculous. They were just, the whole place just smelled like eczema and Monster energy drinks. It was like, what the fuck? And like these kids, like, or adults, I think by the looks of most of them, like me and my mate Jem, we were like, what the fuck is this shit? And like, you know, there's like guys like in their fucking middle ages and they're just hanging around all these teenagers just like playing Counter-Strike or whatever the fuck. I don't know. Or Quake probably at their fucking era. So yeah. You got the bar, you got the LAN party upstairs, you got the kids that are fucking running riot outside the front, you got the pitch. And then to the right is a fucking huge auditorium. And this capacity must have been about 3,000 to 5,000, and there's just kids going fucking off for the Sidemen, and the Sidemen, that was just like, what the fuck? Like, I don't understand. Like, they were just all on stage and they were just chatting, and these kids are going wild for it, and they've all got their phones out and they're all taking pictures and they're all filming. And like Bill Burr says, just fucking put your phone away and just experience it. You know, you're a kid. Just absorb these memories and just chill. You know what I mean? But yeah, and they just started singing the song. Like KSI had this song. He just recently released it. Oh well, at that point, it's about, I don't know, maybe 8 months old now. But he released this song called Lamborghini, which is one of the worst songs I've ever heard. Like, it genuinely is. It's like, La Lamborghini, bitch, I know you see me in my Lamborghini. It's like, fuck you. And like, obviously they can't say these swear words on stage. So like, they're saying like B instead of bitch and like, you know, whatever the fuck. And he's saying N instead of, you know, the N word, which I'm not going to say for, you know, PC reasons. And then all of a sudden, like halfway through, it's like, yo, stop. Yo, that drop was so sick, man. I've got to hear that shit again. And I was like, what? And me and my mate Jen were looking at each other like, what the fuck is this? And we left. Like, we were there for about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours max, and we just bailed, man. Like, we Gareth bailed out that shit, man. It was fucking retarded. And it just made me realise just how fucking susceptible these kids are to these guys that just put their face on camera and go, hey man, watch me play FIFA. And I'm jealous. That's all it is, man. I'm just jealous. I just feel like me and Sonny fucking spend all this time making these machinima videos and GTA videos that we take like days, weeks making these videos, and these fuckers are making videos that are like 5 to 10 minutes long, and it probably takes them fuck all time. But again, I have respect for them. They've made their mark. Fair fucking play to them. I'm just jealous. That's all it is. I'm just fucking jealous. I totally even forgot what my fucking point was. I literally just went on a fucking ramble about Insomnia 54. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that was the point I was going to make. Yeah, the fucking the whole reason why I'm doing this shit. Oh, my chair's squeaking like a bitch. I'd have to say right now, like, I'm so relaxed right now. I've got a beer, my feet are kicked up on my desk. I'm just sat in my office with my microphone pointed in my face. It's just awesome. And by the way, there's no face cam to this, as you probably realised, because they're like, this kind of shit is like, for the reason why I'm doing this is just for like, you know, it's for YouTubers that are just editing away and they want to have some background noise, but they don't want anything visual. It's also for people like, if they're sat there playing Minecraft, or if they're playing Ark Survival or some Terraria or some game where you have to grind away, but they don't want to have two things going on at once. They just want to have the main screen where the game's going on. They just want to hear some background shit. That's where I come into play. Although, to be fair, probably only about 20 people are going to watch this shit. Most people have probably clicked off already. And they're like, what the fuck is this man talking about? Stop rambling, you dick, and just get on with the point. Anyway, so, streaming. That's what I wanted to talk about. So, okay, let me give you the backstory. So, me and Sonny, maybe about a month or two ago, we were discussing the idea of opening up the second channels, of which you're currently watching now. And, you know, because we were streaming loads on the main channel, and we were just kind of like, do you know what? It's not fair for the people that have subscribed to the channel. They're there for the machinima. They're there for the kind of how big is it series, you know, whatever the fuck. And the fact that we just kept on filling it up with streaming, it just didn't seem fair. So we were like, do you know what? Let's open up a second channel. Let's start a new slate, fresh, clean palette that we can, you know, do whatever the fuck we want. Which is why I'm doing this, coincidentally. You just do whatever the fuck you want. So yeah, we decided to open up these second channels, and Sonny focused on streaming, and I started doing a little bit of content, and I tried to do streaming. Now, streaming for me, which is starting to turn into a bit of a legendary fixture, which I really hoped it wouldn't. Streaming for me always goes fucking wrong. Every single fucking time I stream, something goes wrong. And it is the worst. It is so bad. I mean, it is funny, don't get me wrong. It is funny. Like, but the joke is kind of worn off now. Like, for me personally, it's just worn off. It's so much so that it's killed my entire enthusiasm to stream. And fucking Sonny, God bless him, he has had my back like throughout this entire thing. Like, anytime I have a little slight problem with streaming, I say, Sonny, like, can you help me out, bruv? Like, I'm confused. I don't know what the fuck's going on. And he's had my back throughout the whole thing, of which I, you know, God bless him. Of which Sonny is fucking killing it at the moment. He is killing it with the streaming, man. He really is. Like, here's a bit of advice for anyone that is new to YouTube, and if you're stuck with getting subscribers, just stream. Like, literally just stream. Like, Sonny is a perfect example of this. Because our second channels have only been open now for about a month, I think. Maybe a little bit more. And Sonny is just focused on streaming. And he has made nearly 500 subscribers in less than a month. Which is... that's a fuckload. Like, you wouldn't think it's a great number, but that is a shitload. That is a lot of subscribers to get in such a short amount of time. And through just streaming, that's, mate, fucking, I'm well proud of him, man. Fair fucking play to him. But it makes me feel like a complete fuck, because I'm trying to stream and everything just goes wrong. Like, everyone thinks that, you know, when I'm streaming, I'm all happy and smiles and everything's going okay. In the background, it is chaos. Like, if you happen to tune in to my last stream, which was The Division, mate, I was so pumped for that. I was like, yeah, I've got The Division on Xbox One. Like, bless, let's fucking do this. Like, let's start a new series. Let's get the people involved. And I was fucking hyped for it, man. I wanted to be like, yeah, sick. Like, this is going to be the start of a new era on this channel. So I started streaming, and everything that I thought could go wrong did. I mean, like, my face cam was still there and my game footage was still there, but I spent like 2 hours or so prior making sure that all of my notifications worked, like my sub alerts, my donation alerts, my donation ticker, all of that fucking shit. And it all went wrong. Like, it all just went wrong. Like, my sub alert wasn't working. I had about 3 or 4 subs. I only streamed for about an hour, and then I started losing my voice because I was getting off a flu. But I only streamed for about an hour and a bit. I got a few subscribers, and my sub alert wasn't working. I had a couple of donations, and my donation alert wasn't working. Not even the PayPal was accepting. It wasn't even registering that these people were sending me money. And it just, I was like, fucking hell, man. Like, nah, this is it. I'm done. Like, I'm just done. Like, I've had enough of all this shit. Like, these people are getting upset. They're like, you know, oh, where's the sub alert? Like, where's my shower and all this shit? I mean, I'm probably making that up, but who gives a fuck? I'm doing it for poetic license. Poetic, I don't fucking know. But anyway, yeah, so like, my sub alert isn't working, my donation alert isn't working, and it really, it upsets you, you know? Like, when you put all this time and effort into making sure that this works, because I wanted to keep up like a level of professionalism. Because if you look at Sonny's stream, he's got everything down to a T. He has everything down. He's got the chat going. He's got the sub alerts going. He's got all that shit going. He's got the tickers going. He knows how to interact with the audience. He knows how to get people like still viewing. And he averages about like 35 to 60 viewers a stream, which is fucking awesome. And he does it daily. or like, you know, at least like 5-6 times a week, and that's fucking insane, man. Like my brain, my stupid retarded brain just can't do that shit. But yeah, so like, you know, I look at that and I go, fuck, man, I need to keep up that level of professionalism, and I can't do, and everything around me is fucking broken. Everything fucking breaks, man. I mean, I'm rambling as fuck, man. I'm do apologize, but you know, I don't give a fuck. This is raw. This is reality, son. So yeah, that Division stream, if you happen to tune into it, is probably going to be my last, because I'm just getting too aggravated with everything just not working. Just pisses me off, man. And although, as I say again, although it was a joke at first, it's not funny anymore to me, because it annoys and upsets me, man. It's brutal. It's brutal. But yeah, I mean, maybe I'll do one stream. I'll do like one more stream, and I'll fly Sonny out from the Netherlands and have him in my office. Well, I say office, a fucking bedroom with a desk in it and a computer. And I'll have him go, right, okay, let's make sure this shit works. And then if that goes successfully, then I'll carry on streaming. But for the meantime, I don't think there's going to be any more streams, man. I just can't be fucked anymore. It's savage. Just can't deal with it. But anyway, let's lighten the mood, shall we, with some gaming news. So PlayStation recently announced that they were going to be releasing their virtual reality headset for the first time on console. Now, I don't know about you, but to me personally, I think this is going to flop. And I think that this is going to flop quite badly, like the Kinect sensor bar did for the Xbox 360. Like, there's going to be all this mad hype, and people are going to think like it's the Oculus Rift, of which, by the way, the Oculus Rift has already set the benchmark. Like I went to EGX in 2014 with my brother, and we waited in line for about an hour and a half to get involved in the Oculus Rift, and we did it for 3 minutes, and it was fucking insane. It was so intense. But the thing is that, okay, so the starting price that the Sony have announced for the virtual reality headset is £350, which I believe is about, I don't know, maybe $500. I don't know. I haven't done the mathematics for it, but that's about the price of a console straight away. And then on top of that, you need to buy the PlayStation camera, which is about another £60-70, and then you have to get the PlayStation Eye controllers, like those fucking little shitty black plastic things with the color ball on top. You got to get those as well, because it's most of the games that they advertised in the release trailer that they did for it, like, looks like they use most of those controllers, and it's just, and it's horse shit. Like, it's just like, what? It's like, I just want to bang it on my head. I want to play Minecraft, and I just want to look at my empire, like, in all of its glory. I don't want to have to pay, like, you know, £450 for that experience, man. It's fucking brutal. It's like, that's a shit ton of money. But the first thing that came into my head when I heard that they announced it was how long it was going to be until they started incorporating pornography into it. Because there was a video, I don't know if you've seen it, there was a video that I saw on my Facebook wall. You know, everyone's Facebook wall is just filled with those fucking videos, like those fucking cute videos, of which, to be fair, I find adorable, of like all those animals and shit, like, you know, all these puppies and kittens. It plucks on your heartstrings. But there was a video that I saw of a guy that got a group of guys and a group of girls, and they were doing POV pornography on the Oculus Rift, like POV point of view. So it's like, you know, it's from your perspective, as it were. So they had guys with the Oculus Rift on, and they were doing the porn, and it was like, from their perspective, it was like two girls were sucking his dick, you know, like, and it was just the most, and like this guy was like, oh my god, oh, like, you know, just like that kind of virgin, like, you know, when you see like a porno for the first time when you're a kid, and you just get that, oh, you know, that that kind of vibe, you know, he's getting like that. And then just immediately out of the blue, they switch the perspective. So it's like he's the woman now sucking a guy's dick. And he's like, what the fuck? You know, that shit's fucking hilarious. But, and like, for the women as well, you know, they're down on a guy, like, you know, sucking the dick, and then all of a sudden it switches round, and it's like, oh, what the fuck? But it like, that was the first thing that came into my head when they just started announcing this virtual reality shit. And I was like, yeah, it's just going to be a matter of time until they start introducing pornography to it. And then it's only a matter of time until... Because I don't know if you've seen, like, they've introduced this next level virtual reality shit where you have an Oculus Rift on your head, and then you have a treadmill in front of you, like, and you're sort of strapped in, and it's like 360 degrees, and like you're playing like a first person shooter, and you're having to physically run and shit. And that shit's incredible. Like, if they can really make that like as good as they claim it's gonna be, then people are gonna start shredding pounds off of them, man. They are gonna start, all of these nerds and shit that just sit, like me for example, I'm fucking getting a beer gut because I just sit on my arse all day just fucking editing videos and playing video games. But if they can start incorporating, you know, actual physical exercise in computer games, it's going to be revolutionary. All of those fat fucking dickheads who you see like at that episode of South Park, what, like, Make Love Not Warcraft, and there's that fat cunt at the desk. It's like, you know, he's got like a fucking like Kit Kat dust on his face and shit. Like, it's gonna, like, those guys are gonna start getting into shape, and then we could start getting a generation of fucking, you know, attractive people for once. You know, people that just aren't acne ridden and shit like that, you know. Just drink some orange juice, you fucking get rid of those spots. Just go out in the sun and get some vitamin D! So yeah, if they are able to revolutionize that, then we're going to start getting a lot more people in shape. You know, people that are going to be able to whoop your ass. But yeah, I don't know, man. That virtual reality shit, I think is, like, for PlayStation, I think it's going to flop, man. I hope it doesn't, because that could open up a whole new window in YouTube of people like, you know, the virtual reality is going to start taking over YouTube, man, if that shit kicks off. I mean, it sort of did with the Oculus Rift, but they didn't have it nailed down, because I don't think people have started really being able to capture properly the actual, like, image that you get in the headset. It's just like, you know, like you're looking at it through binoculars and shit, and it's like, nah, I don't want to watch that shit. Unless you're PewDiePie and fucking 20 million people are going to watch it, and they don't give a fuck. He can make whatever the fuck he wants and people are going to watch that shit. It's insane. But another bit of gaming news that I discovered, and I saw this about a week ago, is that Lindsey Lohan's fucking lawsuit against Rockstar has taken a step forward. Now, if you don't know this story, Lindsey Lohan in, I think it was like 2014, filed a lawsuit against Rockstar, one of the biggest gaming companies on the planet, saying that they were using images of her for commercial purposes. So, you know, like, they, like, if you remember, there's that girl in the loading screen who's like got the iFruit phone in her hand and she's giving a peace sign and shit. That looks like Carmen Electra. It doesn't look like Lindsey Lohan. It doesn't look like some kind of washed out fucking crackhead bitch. Like, it doesn't. And like, their response to it was perfect, which is there is no resemblance to Lindsey Lohan other than the fact that it happens to be a blonde girl. That's it. There's no other resemblance of any kind to Lindsey Lohan. And I did a little background check on Lindsey Lohan to find out exactly where the fuck this bitch came from. I mean, I'm being a little bit too harsh, but I don't give a fuck. Fuck her. So, you know, she was a kid's, like, movie star. Do you know what I mean? Like, she was in a few things like Freaky Friday and Mean Girls. Like, if you haven't seen Mean Girls, if you know a game, what the fuck is that from? Clueless? From like the 90s? Like, these fucking three dumb cunts that are just like, oh my god, I have so much money and I don't know what to do with it, so I'm gonna buy a pink pony, I'm gonna buy a fucking car that I can't drive because I'm only 14. So fuck you. Just go shove those fucking $100 bills up your ass, you cunt. Again, like, this is gonna be offensive to something. I don't give a fuck. This is raw. This is reality. Anyway, so she was Lindsey Lohan was a kids, you know, movie star, appeared in a few things for Disney and whatnot, and then she started becoming an adult, and then her acting skills started going dramatically downhill. So she started being in a few films. I don't know what the fuck they're called. No one knows. Like, most of these films just went straight to DVD and they flopped in the box office. So she started getting this reputation for basically being a shit movie actor, and no one would hire her. So she spent all of that Freaky Friday money on cocaine and dick slinging and whatever the fuck else she bought. And if you see pictures of her, like her mug shots and shit, man, because she was arrested on a few occasions. Like, there was a story of her having an argument with her mum in the back of a limo, allegedly, about her not getting enough money from her parents or some shit like that. And then they just started going off. And then that apparently is what started her fucking drug binge and all this shit. Like, oh, my parents don't love me and all this shit. And then she ran out of money. She just ran out of money. So she was like, okay, what kind of, like, vast, like, over eccentric claim could I make on someone? Do you know what? I'm going to file a lawsuit. I'm going to sue one of the biggest gaming companies in the world. Like, and just say, oh, you're using a picture that looks like me. Like, fuck you. Like, what the fuck? Like, Carmen Electra has a better chance of getting that kind of shit. But yeah, recently her lawsuit has gone a step further, because apparently they've been able to make a bit more of a foothold, because her lawyers apparently, I mean, this is like some blog that I watched of some person putting it together. I don't know what the website was. I don't know who the person was that made the blog. I just looked at it and was like, oh, okay. You know, as Bill Bailey says, I'm a relaxed empiricist. You know, if you don't, like, you know, look it up on Google. You know, the meaning of that. You know. Excuse me. So what they did was they went through the entire game of GTA and they captured as many images as they could of blonde women that they thought looked like Lindsey Lohan. And some of these pictures were fucking ridiculous. There was like a girl that was just dead on the sidewalk because the person that was in control of the game shot this person, and they're just lying on the floor, and it's like, oh yeah, that looks like Lindsey Lohan. And they edited it with a picture of Lindsey Lohan, of her lying on a bed of magazines, and there's this other GTA character that's just lying on the floor dead. And it's like, what the fuck is the comparison between the two of them? And it was ridiculous. There's so many pictures of all of these far-fetched blonde women in the game that they're like, oh my god, she looks like Lindsey Lohan. And they've managed to get a foot further in this case. And it's fucking ridiculous. Like, I mean, most of this could be made up and I'm just elaborating off the top of my head. But she's making progress in this, and it's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. Like, there's no need. And the thing is that, like, she claimed that Rockstar were using her image of this girl, you know, with the ivory foam, the peace sign, because she was being plastered, like, that in-game character was being plastered on mugs, on t-shirts, on hoodies, on CDs, like, whatever the fuck. And she was claiming that they were using her image for financial gain. And they counter-argue with, like, well, bitch, the fact that you've run out of money and you're trying to, you know, sue us on such a ridiculous accusation, isn't that for financial gain, you dumb cunt? Oh, God, it was just ridiculous. Just go on GameSpot. I won't put a link anywhere because I can't be fucked. But just go on GameSpot and just look through their newsfeed, and eventually you'll find it. Or just Google it. Just Google Lindsey Lohan GTA 5 and you will see the full story. And it's so aggravating. Like, I was watching it. I was going to do a podcast about it the other day. That was what my first podcast was going to be about. But then I decided to do it on streaming, and that was it. But yeah, go and check it out, man. It's fucking ridiculous. But yeah, I think that's about it, really. Like, it's about 28 minutes in, 29 minutes, just clocking over now. I think I'll sort of wrap it up at about 30 minutes or so. But yeah, if you've stuck around for this long, then welcome to my world of fucking cunts, basically. Like, I don't know. I've had a few beers. I'm just rambling away, man. I don't fucking know. But yeah, this is just something that I think I could probably do on a regular basis. I'd just take like half an hour out of my day and just talk shit. And if anyone enjoys it, then feel free to leave a comment down below. Just if there's anything you want me to talk about, then feel free to leave a comment, or if you happen to like it, then leave a like and leave a subscribe, because this stuff is easy to edit, man. It's easy to edit, and it's so nice to be, if people like it, that is. But it's just nice to not have to worry about editing any visuals or anything like that. It's just me and a microphone and this fucking gas that comes out of my mouth. So yeah, if you did enjoy it, then thank you so much for watching. Like, if you've watched this blank screen, then fair play to you. Or I'll just stick an image in there, I don't know. But yeah, thanks very much for listening, guys, and I'm sure I'll be back with another ridiculous rant about a lot of shit that no one cares about. So yeah, I will catch you guys at a later date. Thanks very much for listening, guys, and I shall see you later. Peace out.